Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to steam milk and make beverages. Okay, so it's very simple and it's all milk based, whatever you may have going on. It's either milk or almond milk or soy milk. What you're going to do is you're going to pour the milk right into the cup and you're going to measure it out using the same cup that you use. So I fill it up not all the way to the top because it's going to expand a little bit, and also you're going to put espresso in there, so you don't want to waste milk. So we're going to measure right into the cup and we're going to get a clean pitcher and you pour it right into the pitcher. Okay, and then come over here and steam the milk the way we steam it. Just put it in there, right? But first, before you do that, back up a little bit here. Before you do that, make sure the nozzle's clean and you burp it. See, that makes, if there's any residual liquid in there from the other drink, you won't shoot it into your next drink. So just burp and you press the steam button really quick, let it shoot out. Then you're going to put your steam pitcher in there. Now if you're making something that requires a lot of froth, you're going to tilt it back to froth and listen for that hissing sound. If you don't want it to froth, you bury the nozzle. You can do that by lifting this up, lifting that up and putting a towel underneath, so that way the nozzle's deep in there and it won't over froth. It won't make too much foam. Okay, so I'll demonstrate now what I'm going to do. I'm going to steam, and if it were a cappuccino, then I would want to froth for a long time, and you want to froth when the milk is cold. So that's when it makes the most froth. Once the milk gets warm, which you'll notice by having touching the side of the pitcher there, and you can feel that the milk is getting warm, then you can stop frothing. But remember, don't over froth. It's just going to take a couple seconds, especially if you're only making a latte. You just want a couple seconds of frothing, and then steam the rest. Bury the nozzle. That way you won't have too much froth when you're trying to pour the drink. Okay, so I'm going to start frothing this and show you how, if I were to make a latte. Okay, so we're going to take the same cup that we used to measure out the milk. Right, same cup that in the other video, and then put it right in there, and we're going to shoot the shots by pressing the appropriate button, as I explained in the prior video. This one's a medium, so it's going to get 2 shots of espresso. And then while that's shooting, you're going to start your steaming. So this is frothing. You hear that hissing? And that's all you need. That's plenty. See how quick that was? And then bury it, and then it'll stop by itself automatically. You'll see here the shots are shooting for you automatically, and here it's steaming for you. While this is occurring, you can be setting up your next drink. So you look on your screen, you'll see what's next, and then you'll get the appropriate cup. If it's a caramel drink, you put the right caramel. If it's chocolate, you may get the chocolate ready. And then as soon as this is done, as it stopped here, you heard it stop, then you're going to take your cup off, and you're going to take this. And at this point is you're going to get the next drink started. So rather than letting the machine sit idle, right, while you're pouring your first drink, you're going to get your other drink that you set up, whether it's a mocha and you already put your chocolate in the cup, or caramel and you got your milk ready. You're going to burp it, get any residual out of there, and then steam that. And then you could shoot your next shot. Again, you don't want to touch the rim of the cup. You always want to handle it from down here. So that's the idea. Now once that drink is going, then you'll come back over here and you'll pour your first drink that you made, see? So the way we pour, this part's important, is that you hold back all the froth, because you want to control the level of the froth. You fill it up all the way, and you want to make sure you see the liquid line. Sometimes there may be too much froth in there, and you might think it's milk. You know, it looks like milk, but it's really thick froth. And when you pick up the cup, it feels really light. So people don't like that because they feel like they got cheated. You know, like they paid money for a cup of froth. But so we found that the proper way to make it is to make sure you see your liquid line there. You can actually see the milk. And then if there's any soap bubbly stuff on the top, that's soap bubble froth, you can scrape that off. And then go in here, you'll see the froth. See that nice creamy thick froth? That's what you want. And you can get that by digging down below. If the froth doesn't look creamy enough, you can also pound out the froth. It's called pounding it out by just pounding. And what that does is it pushes all the air out of the froth and makes it thicker and creamier. Okay, and then once you know you have the thick creamy froth, you're gonna just top it by scooping that right in there. See that? How it's slightly over the cup. That's so the lid will still fit on there because the lid is higher. And people feel like they're getting their money's worth, you know? Don't make it so full that it gets messy, but you know, don't keep it below the rim. Try to go a little bit over the rim. And you'll see here how we put the lid on. See how I'm handling it, just catching it by the edges. I'm not palming it, just being very respectful of the person's lid. And I just want to avoid the mouthpiece. Pop it on there. Make sure that it clicks on there. Okay, just like that, nice and secure. Then simply, once that's on, you're going to take your Java jacket, slide it through. If you're too busy, you can put Java jackets up on the counter, and customers can put on their own Java jackets. But we like to be, as much as possible, do it for them. It appears more respectful. Okay, then once the drink is ready, you're going to call it out by the number. So if this were ready, I would call out medium latte for order, whatever the order may be, whatever number. And you'll see the numbers here. See the numbers? Okay, so that's how we do it. We call medium latte for whatever ticket number it is. Then you'd come over here, you got your next drink, right? You just repeat that process. If you had more than 3 drinks, let's say, then I would take this one off and I would set up my next drink. Same way, burp it, make sure this is clean. Your wet towel, clean wet towel, put it in there. Get your next drink going.